Welcome everyone to Sim Racing Club of America Super Truck Challenge, about to get away from Rockingham, North Carolina. We have, 95 laps, I believe, on schedule for tonight's race. About to kick off here very shortly. Right now, practice kind of wrapping up here at the Rock. Right now, Wade Hustad on top of the board, 95 laps for tonight. Let's get a look at a couple things first before we get into this. Weather. Temperature on the track, 80-degree track temp, maybe cooling off a little bit as this race progresses into the later stages. We'll just have to wait and see. As always, I'm your host for Mondays and Friday nights, Adam Chapman in the booth by myself once again. We'll be getting another person in here soon, don't worry. Maybe not tonight, but we're definitely going to get somebody in here soon to join all of us here. Looking forward to tonight. As I mentioned, Wade on top of the board. Coming into tonight, we are in week number 5, I do believe. Yeah, week number 5. After last week, we was at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Well, I believe, let me look. I got to make sure Alex Huffman was able to pick up the win. He's got 2 wins currently on the season. But coming into tonight, it is not Alex on top of the board. It is Sterling Smith leading by 2 points over Dustin Schwingle. Alex Huffman picked up 2 spots last week. He is in 3rd. Spencer Madden is currently tied for that position as well, with Robbie Oddie in 5th. Joshua Stevens in 6th place, looking inside the top 5. Picking up 5 spots last week as well. Justin Winters with 3 starts on the season. As I mentioned, this is week number 5 for these guys, so still got a little bit of ways left to go before we get down to the championship, guys. Remember, this is the second, I guess you can say, second part of the league that these guys run. They also run the Cup Series on Mondays nights for the Lightning Cup Series. That's always a fun one to watch. That comes on Monday as well. They're around the same time as we do here tonight. But this is pretty much a satellite series for these guys. So hopefully get some seat time, as well. More seat time, the better you learn these tracks. But those at Rockingham last Monday night as well, or this past Monday night as well. Next week we'll be at Richmond for the Truck Series. However, for the Cup Series, we will be at Pocono. So it's Pocono and then Richmond in the trucks. So we'll see how all that plays out once we get set. And for anybody that wants to know, these guys run 4 different series. The Cup Series on Monday nights, and then the night after that it is the IndyCar Series. And then following that, it is, I believe, 2 days later, it is the F2000, the Pro Mazda Series. They have only run 2 races in each one of them. And then, of course, on Friday nights, they got the truck series. Also, people wonder, this is a strictly points. There is no chase involved in this, so basically you got to get everything you can early in the season. Now, the Cup side of things does have a chase. That starts later on in July 8th at Daytona, the first race of that for the Cup Series. But we do, for this series, we'll talk a little bit about it. Rockingham tonight, Richmond on the 17th and 24th, we got Sonoma. So we go back-to-back road courses because we round out the month of May at Canadian Tire, one of my favorite tracks. And then it gets a little bit more crazier even after that. So you know how it goes. Set to go racing here in about 1 minute. Qualifying will begin as Wade Hustad on top of the board. Robbie Oddie currently 2nd. Sterling Smith currently 3rd. Christopher Lewis and Landon Deerold is in 5th at the moment. Everybody knows Rockingham, very tough place. Truck bounces around a lot. I did see a lot of wrecks coming out of turn 2 so far during practice. I've been in here since start of practice. Actually, one of the first guys in here for practice. And I've been seeing a little bit of wrecks in turn 2. A lot of guys just getting loose. Definitely nothing out of the ordinary with that. This is one of them places where, anything can happen. Also, not the biggest field here tonight. We do have 13 trucks here, so definitely not bad, but I don't necessarily blame people. I'm not the biggest fan of Rockingham myself, so, we'll just see how the racing goes, but I do know that the Monday night series that these guys run actually had a very good race, so should be just as good for them. So here we go. Practice, wrap it up in about 6 seconds. And we will see the green flag fly on qualifying right now, as qualifying has officially begun for the Sim Racers Club of America, the Super Truck Challenge. Here we go. First car coming out onto the track. It is Matt Jackson, the league owner, rolling out in that number 8 Napa Auto Parts truck. That is the Chevrolet Silverado. I believe they actually got a new Silverado coming to iRacing in the next build in June, so something a little bit different. Pretty cool. There's your qualifying. Matt going to run right up against that wall on X there to the center of turn 1 and 2. He's going to drop down the back stretch into turn number 3. We'll see how he looks here. Need to try to get that truck a little bit lower, I do believe. He may be running up here on purpose to see if we get a better lap out on the second lap. We'll see. He did struggle a little bit in practice, especially early on. He couldn't get the truck to get down to the bottom. Currently third. Landon Deerhold jumps up to the top of the board. We'll jump back to Justin Winters in the number 4 Chevrolet Silverado coming out of turn 4. Looking to put his first lap down. As he does, and he will stay in 4th place at the moment. Let's see. Alex Huffman going to shut the truck off in 2nd. We got Doug Carlson rolling out. While he rolls out, we can actually hop on board and ride with the driver of the 86 truck. See how bumpy this track is working off turn 4. We'll full throttle it. Now this is a very tricky track. So look at the speed as well, 142. May have got a little bit of the wall there, so if so, this lap will not count. Sterling Smith also out on track. Carlson's lap coming out of turn 4. Don't look like this lap's going to count. And it does not. So we'll see if he's able to get a better lap in on his second one. Sterling Smith coming out of turn 4. He's going to cross the start finish line. And put him in 3rd place. John Houston in that number 42 Chevrolet Silverado. Also, Wade Hustad out on track as well. We'll stay with him. He was the fastest in practice. See what he can do. Kind of going back and forth between both of these guys. Both of them on lap number 1. No fear truck. I like that. Something different. Number 18 going to work on a turn 4. And he's actually going to slow down. Put on a slow lap, which is nice. He must have not liked it. John Houston going to jump up to 6th place. Dustin Schwingle out on track in that white zombie number 47 Silverado. Coming out of turn number 4. He's going to put down his first lap. Right here in 1 second. Actually, I thought that was his first lap. But see what he can do. Currently putting on 1 lap. 1 minute left to go here in qualifying. Coming through turn 4. Looks like a good lap for Dustin. Crossing the start finish line, and it will be a good lap with a 23.293. Puts him on top of the board by about a 10th. A little over a 10th. Wade Hustad back out on track once again. Didn't like his out lap, so we'll see if he can do it here. And Wade jumps up with a 23.212. So a great lap there for Wade. As John Houston getting a little bit of practice here remaining in this session. Only 20 seconds left here in practice. Anybody else out on track? No, it looks like the grid going to be set for tonight's race with Wade Hustad going to be top of the board here in that number 18 truck. We'll get a look here at the grid here shortly, as that's going to wrap up qualifying here for these guys. Wade Hustad, I believe this is maybe his first start here in the SRCA Super Truck Challenge. See the grid starting to take place. And we will look here. First off, here's your pole sitter, Wade Hustad, coming in with a great lap as he picked up the top position. And we're going to look here at our grid. Wade's going to roll off P number 1 in that number 18 truck. Dustin Swingle will start alongside of him. Landon Deerold, Alex Huffman, Sterling Smith, Brandon Young going to roll off in row number 3. Row number 4, we got Justin Winters, who's picked up a lot of spots the last couple weeks. John Houston going to roll off in row number 4 as well in 8th place. Spencer Madden, keep your eye on that number 6 truck. Usually comes on the longer this goes. Doug Carlson going to be starting beside him. Matt Jackson going to be rolling off in P number 11 alongside very fast contender Robbie Otti. Keep your eye on that 9 truck as well. Demetrius Hickenbottom, Christopher Lewis. So we do got 14 trucks set to run here tonight. Should be a very good race. Very short race. Only 95 laps around this place. 23-second laps. Don't take long at all. Alice Body Shop, number 3 truck for Alex Huffman. There we go. Going to be following behind that Ford Mustang pace car. I really wish they'd add a truck to asphalt where you could use that as a pace car. I think that'd be cool, especially for the truck series and stuff like that. No Fear, White Zombie on the front row. At Ty Racing on the outside. Always a good sponsor of Pull Awards, the Cup Series. Landon Sticks. All right. Pace car about to drop off here. We're about to go green here from Rockingham. The SRCA Super Truck Challenge. And, well, guys, we're green flag here tonight for this race. Green flag out for the first time tonight. 95 laps of side-by-side trucks at Rockingham, historic Rockingham. Everybody right now trying to get in line. Justin Winters working on the inside of that 42 of John Houston. Here he comes, maybe making a little bit of contact before. Really had to get on the brake not to slide up into that 42. And he's going to lose a spot. Spencer Madden going to jump up, take that away. Single file all the way through the field right now, as Wade Hustad has checked out to a 3/10 lead. A little bit further back, Doug Carlson, Matt Jackson, Carlson, and at 86 now being passed by that number 09 of Demarius Hickenbottom. A little bit of contact there with the wall, not going to cause a damage. We did see Hickenbottom actually have trouble this past Monday in that turn. Here comes the 17th, Sterling Smith around working behind Brandon Young. John Houston sits behind him. And you see the pass happening right behind him. Said it would not be long. We see Robbie starting to make a pass there. The 42 or the 9 truck going to make a pass on that 42. And now looking to try to put Sterling Smith back to P number 7. Matt Jackson is on pit road. Not entirely sure what happened here. Looks like there was some damage with his truck. Just happened a few laps ago. Not sure what happened. There you go. Hard into the wall and actually got into Hickenbottom as well. And that was enough for Jackson. He done pulled it off the track, it appears. We'll see what happens. Hopefully he's able to get back out there. He was having trouble since the start of this, even the practice. He couldn't get his truck down to the bottom like he wanted. And it looks like it's going to continue here tonight in this race. Comes Brandon Young with a run on John Houston across the stripe to begin lap number 8 here at Rockingham. Just to let everybody know, the top guy, Wade Hustad, has checked out on the field just a little bit. And there we go, the 42 hard into the wall. We're going to have our first caution. This may be a multiple car crash. Justin Winters, he's going to be spinning backwards as well. See what happened here. Looks like there was either a contact. It's hard to see from that angle. Another look at it. 54 making slight contact as John Houston going to go around and it hits the Justin Winters truck. Winters goes for a spin. A little bit of damage on that truck as he has taken it to the garage. And John Houston, see what happened here. Caught up. I thought he actually pulled up right beside him. He did not. So caution number 1 is going to come out here as our leader on pit road with the rest of these guys. One thing you do not want to do is have trouble on pit road here tonight. Everybody's sliding into our pit box. Looks like everybody's going to do a good job from what I'm seeing. Yeah, nobody had trouble that time getting into our pit box. We'll see the race off pit road. Down and away, it's going to be Wade winning this race off pit road. Followed by Robbie Oddie going to come out in second. How about that? Dustin Swingle, Alex Huff, and Sterling Smith, your top 5. But they're all chasing this guy. Wade Hostad, who continues to lead this race. There's a look back through his truck. Pace lights are on. We'll take a step aside and be right back right after this from Rockingham. Welcome back to SRCA. We are live here from the virtual raceway of Rockingham, North Carolina. About the only way you want to see a race here is for Rockingham. We are live here with the Sim Racers Club of America, about to go back green flag after working a lap number 9 caution when it was Justin Winters and John Houston, as it was also the 56 make a little bit of contact. But the pace car is in, the green flag about to come back out. We are green flag back here again at Rockingham, side by side for second place, as Dustin Swingle going to battle it out here with the number 9 of Robbie Oddie in that number 9 truck up on that high side. You see him, he's going to take that spot away. Dustin Swingle going to move into second place. Here comes the 9 with that little crossover move on the backstretch here. One thing about this track for guys that don't know, here on iRacing, it is a very tough track to race. It is so bumpy. You have to get your truck to the bottom in order to make any kind of gain. And really, you have to let off, like, there's a lot of letting your truck roll through the whole corner in order to keep it down there. You got to let off pretty much super early. You let that thing roll all the way through the center, and then you get back on the gas pretty much as quick as you can without deciding to kill the wall. Happens quite a bit, or spinning out. That definitely happens quite a bit here, especially coming out of turn number 2. We see that quite a bit, even turn 4. That's why I always had my troubles. That was turn 4. But shade's starting to settle over, and that's going to create a little bit more grip for people that don't know a lot about iRacing or maybe watching it. iRacing has implemented dynamic weather, so the track can change at any point. One minute you'll have sun, the next minute you'll have shade, just like real life. So very cool that they did that. You see the track temp since qualifying has dropped from 80 degrees down to 73, and now there's cloud cover. Cloud cover is not always a bad thing. It's not always a good thing, but it's not always a bad thing. It will create more grip. It will also sometimes tend to tighten up these trucks, or the Cup cars, or Xfinity cars, or any kind of car. So, you know, sometimes we'll have to wait and see, but a lot of guys like the slicker tracks. I'm not the biggest fan of it. I'd rather have a little bit cooler track, but that's me. And there we go. The 54, once again, going to make contact. Brandon Young not taking any prisoners, but the caution's going to come out. And I think there may have been a little bit of net code. Brandon Young not having the greatest night as trying to race around people and just getting into the back of them. Definitely not intentional. You see that. A little bit of net code there, but I think the wreck was definitely going to happen either way. See if we can see it right here. See it right there. Net code is, for people that don't know, something that happens. Basically, iRacing thinks your truck is there and it's not there. It's just basically internet lag for the most part, and it causes something that iRacers know as net code. And unfortunately, that tends to happen quite a bit often than we like to admit, or anybody else likes to admit, but it does happen quite a bit. Trust me, he's not out there wrecking guys on purpose. So yeah, don't think that he is. Pit stops once again. The reason why these guys are coming down pit stops because, you know, we just went back green. One reason why we see these pit stops right here. Tires are that important, especially in a place like this. And you see right there, that is one problem we tend to have quite a bit that could cost guys plenty of races. Dustin Swingle had to back up. Now remember, he came in second place. He's not going to come out in second place. There you go. Alex Huffman going to come out with a 2-tire stop. And actually, Swingle did come out in second once again with the 2-tire stop. See how this plays off. It's definitely an interesting call. But Dustin Swingle, who is actually not in here. Actually, he is in here. I dinner with Robbie and all them guys, so we'll see if that pays off. Robbie taking 4 tires as well, and then our leader here, of course, taking 4. But we'll see how this plays off for that team as they go forward. So Alex Huffman is going to take over the lead, and we'll get that bonus point. Remember, I mentioned a little bit about him coming into tonight. He came in here, picked up 2 spots after Las Vegas last week, sitting third, only 16 points behind the leader in the points, Sterling Smith, who is in this race tonight. Currently, he is back in 6th place at the moment, so we'll see if there's going to be any change in the points. Only 2 points separate Swingle and Smith. So we'll see if there's definitely any changes points-wise. Once again, these guys have been around for a while. If you do not know much about the SRCA, I know when I joined iRacing, it took me a while to learn about it, but I have heard about them for a while. But they have been around for a while. Matt Jackson was the owner of this league. I believe they started back in 2017. I could be wrong about that. I believe it's 2017. But anyway, they're a sanctioned body of iRacing owned by Matt Jackson. There is several admins. Tommy Gorsuch, one of them, who actually got us becoming a broadcast, Matt and all of them guys. But they do run NASCAR Oval Series like we're seeing tonight, open wheel cars, road series, and there is a possibility, and I pray that we get to broadcast this. I hope that they do start it up. But it says that there's a possibility of starting a dirt series as well. I would love to see that. I haven't had the privilege of actually calling a lot of dirt races, and I've always wanted to on here. So I hope so. We'll see what happens. But we'll see. You never know. There's a lot of bunch of stuff that you guys can read about this if you're on iRacing. Go check them out. SRCA is the best way to find them. But here we go. And for anybody else that wants to know the stats, the same stats that we use here for these guys, I will post a link right here. You guys can see the standings, the stats, and everything like that of your favorite driver. I don't really have a favorite driver when it comes to leagues. There is a couple of guys I pull for in certain leagues, I think. But I tend to try to stay away about talking about them a lot. Just because that's the broadcaster's, point of view. But I do have favorite drivers, I think, in every league, or drivers I tend to watch. But we'll see. Anyway, pace car's in, green flag back out, as I just mumble on about myself and that. Battle going to be right now for third place. This is going to be a good battle. Wade Hostad and Robbie Otti. This is going to be a great position battle. We'll see how this works out. The 18 truck's been super fast all night. He may use this 47, depending on where Dustin Swingle goes as a pick. He will not. So how's this going to work out? We may be looking at 3 wide. Coming through turn 3 and 4, it is going to be Wade Hostad taking that spot away. But here we go. 3 wide here at Rockingham. Into the inside. And 18 is going to drive it in super deep. Going to be able to clear both of them trucks. Now the battle's going to be with Robbie and Dustin Swingle working out of turn number 2. We stay green here at Rockingham. Robbie going to be able to take that way. Dustin have a little bit of trouble. Here comes points leader Sterling Smith to the inside. He's going to take that spot away. Swingle falling back on them 2 tires, not where he wants to be. Now how will Alex Huffman fare? He did take the 2-tire stop. He is out front for the time being. I think it's a matter of time. We're going to see this 18 get up here and possibly take this away. Looking at the lap times, maybe not. Alex, that last time by was faster, but there is no traffic now in front of both of these guys. Battle for second. I mentioned this was going to be a great battle between both of them. Maybe very close not to make contact coming through turns 2. This place so easy to make contact like we've seen already a couple times here tonight. Working lap number 25, coming to lap 26, and it is going to be Robbie able to take that spot away. Looking back on board with in-car of Wade Hostad. You see that. And we can even hop up a little bit further, and you'll see how close he is to Robbie. Right on that bumper of that number 9 Sawhorse Chevrolet from Tire Racing. Robbie's trying to hold this position, trying to run down this leader. A great in-car battle right here if we look on board. Staying on board with Wade Hostad as he crosses the stripe and puts us to lap number 27. Basically, it's exactly what the driver is seeing on board. And for people that's wondering about what it is like to actually run these races, here we go. Battle for the lead right in front of third place. This is a great position from the camera. You see Robbie looking to the inside. Is side by side now with Alex Huffman. Jump out of that, and there we go. Oh, he's going to try to bring this 18 along as well. Not to make contact. Slide job was engaged. Very close contact almost between the 9 and the 18. But this should open the door and bring the 18 as well. Maybe even Sterling Smith has very close little slide there. But if anybody's wondering what it's like to run inside of iRacing, now there is little things that you could do inside the truck while racing. For example, you have a relative, and what that means is it basically shows you the distance between the guy in front and the guy behind, and it goes by tenths or seconds. So if the guy's behind you by 3 tenths, it will show 3 tenths, or a second, it'll be a second. There is very slight adjustments you can make inside these stock cars or trucks. For example, I'm trying to give you the best advice on best thing you can do. And if a fixed series like what we're having tonight, this is not open setups. Every setup these guys are running are identical. So in a fixed series that we see as the battle for the lead starting to happen, Robbie trying to hold this spot, but in a fixed series, these guys can change just a little bit. They can change front brake bias, and what that will do will allow more front brake or less front brake. It does get changed quite a bit. One thing they can do outside the car, they can change steering offset or steering ratio. They can go a 12-to-1 ratio or a 10-to-1 ratio. The higher the offset, the less input you got to put in the car. Usually on shorter tracks, you want to run a lower offset, such as a 10-to-1, especially here. I like running a 10-to-1 in here. As you see the pass for the lead. Sorry about that. There we go. But that is some adjustments you can make. Now, the open sets, you can change everything. Front brake bias. I mean, you can put tape on the grill and everything like that. But in the fixed, you cannot. So that is some things these guys are looking at, as this race continues, or relatives and such. You can also change from standings. You could, 4 tires, 2 tires. How much gas you want to put in. Of course, if we get a caution around lap number, 85, you may not take no gas. These guys may be good on gas the rest of the way now, but we'll just have to wait and see. So I hope that kind of, if you're new to iRacing, I hope it breaks it down. I know a lot of guys don't really talk a lot about what happens during the races or what you may not see during these races. So I'm hoping that 4 tires, it does help you guys a little bit and learning if you're new to it. There we go. Battle starting to heat up for this position. Alex Huffman does have this. This is for 4th. Dustin Schwingle in at number 47. White Zombie truck is right on him. Dustin right now running a little bit faster laps, but it is very tough to pass on his longer runs. You basically have to wait for that truck beside you to slip up the racetrack just a little bit in order to get that run through the center of the corner. Dustin doing a good job here, however. Right now at the moment, we do have 3 trucks sitting on pit road. Spencer Madden, Justin Winters. Justin, it hurts the worst, and Matt Jackson. Justin came in here actually doing really well the last couple of weeks. He was sitting in 7th, and Spencer Madden, another one of them guys I mentioned, was currently 4th. He's actually probably going to lose it. We'll wait and see. He may not lose that position, but Justin Winters, who picked up 5 spots, definitely going to hurt. And then I mentioned Matt Jackson. He was 15th. We'll see if that hurts him next week going into, what track was it I said? Richmond, I believe, next week? Yes, Richmond. That is 175 laps, by the way, at Richmond. Is that right? I think that's actually wrong. I think it's 150. Because they actually have shortened some of these races down just a little bit. Such as this one. Once again, we'll be back here again on Monday for these guys for the Cup Series. They'll be running Pocono. One of my favorite tracks. I actually haven't broadcasted a race there in a long time. So a very fun track to go and watch racing on. It can get quite a little bit more because of the size of it, but I do actually like the racetrack. It is fun racing on it. Alex Huffman still battling Dustin Schwingle here. Out front, Wade Hostad has checked out. 1.2 seconds between the gap between 1st and 2nd place. Here we go. I said he needed to make a little mistake. We'll see if that's it. Not going to happen. Christopher Lewis and Brandon Young also battling out right behind these guys for 7th place. See that? I haven't really spoke a lot about Christopher Lewis. Last time by, pretty decent lap for Lewis. Remember, he started a little bit further back. and 14th. You see that 54, Brandon Young able to hold that bottom line. Here he comes. This may be the opening he needs. Oh, it's going to be a tight squeeze. Not going to be able to get there as Brandon Young shuts the door on this 95 truck. We are over just about halfway. Not quite halfway yet. Just about to halfway. Get a look at our race summary for these guys. 5 lead changes here. And here we go. 2 cautions so far. And you can see there is 52 laps remaining. And Spencer Madden coming back out onto the track, trying to salvage anything he can in that number 6 truck. You can see the damage quite a bit. And honestly, at this moment, he's going to have something happen in order to make up these spots. But you see Demarius going around him. Doug Carlson also went around. Dustin Swingle still working. This has allowed the 94 of Landon Darrell to actually work up to the back end of this 47 as well. So Dustin having a tough time trying to get around. He's been trying to work around him now for about 15 laps and unable to get around the 3 truck of Alex Huffman. It's one track I wish they actually never did shut down, though. I was a big fan of Rockingham growing up. Here comes the Atlanta Deerhole number 94 Chevrolet. Actually, only tonight we only got 3 Toyotas actually in this race. Here comes Dustin Swingle with a good run off turn 4. Will this be enough to get him to the inside? He's going to take a peek. See if he's going to run him down. 3's going to slip up, but Swingle going to follow him up. Don't think he's going to be able to clear him yet. Still going to be there. This is going to allow Landon to actually catch up on the outside. Now, this 94 may be able to go around this 47 using the outside line. We'll see. Coming off turn 4. Sir Clarkson's battle on the track, by the way, between these 3 guys. 3-car battle. There's your distance between the leader and the 2 cars behind him. This all happened in 4.5 seconds behind the leader. Alex going to slip up just a little bit. This may be enough. Here comes Landon to the outside in that Chevrolet, trying to take away 5th position. My question is, how patient do you want to be if you're this 47? I know he's trying to run him clean, but eventually if he's holding you up, whoa, that's going to cost you the spot. Dustin a little loose coming out of that turn. I don't know if we can hop on board. There you go. You see him turn the wheel to the right, and well, as you all know, it's never turn right when you're supposed to turn left. So he actually falls back now to 6th place. Everything else kind of spaced out. Landon now trying to run down Alex. Everything else has kind of spaced out here just a little bit. And the 3 going to get ran up just a little bit from the 94 of Landon Yearold. Definitely a way to try to move someone up to get underneath them. Nothing wrong with hard racing. He did do it clean, so we'll see how this works out. Man, this race right here between these 3 guys is not going to end. They have been working around each other for 37 laps. Now, remember this. I don't think we got enough gas to get to the end of this race. We've been green now for 37 laps. We've been on track for 37 laps since these guys last pitted. We should, as Landon, going to kill the outside wall. I'm trying to see if I see any damage on that truck. There is slight damage. It's going to allow the 47 Duster Swingler to take back 5th place, but from what I'm seeing, I don't know what's going to happen if they have to pit or not again. I'm guessing they would. Tires are that big of a factor, I would expect. But, you know, remember how the track temp, by the way, was cooler earlier? Well, there's a look at it now, as these guys have constantly ran on an 87-degree track temp. And another thing we got watching here with our leader, he is actually starting to catch some lap traffic. He is catching up to what appears to be John Houston, Demetrius Hickenbottom, and looks like Doug Carlson maybe? Or is that Spencer Madden? That's Spencer Madden. So we'll see. Navigation is going to be big key around here, as this is going to happen right in front of the leader. They was able to clear as the 42 and the 6 making contact right in front of Wade Hostad, and I'm sure that is something he didn't want to see. We're right on board with this. Oh boy, yeah, that's definitely scary in that situation. Let's see if we can get a look at this wreck that happened. .42 is on the bottom, came up and into the 6 and just kept pushing up. And that's exactly where the wreck happened. One more look at it. Looks to me like the 42 car just came up off the bottom and made contact with that 6 truck. Spencer Madden not had the night he wanted. This is going to open pit lane. What we could see the final pit stop here in this one. Cannot make a mistake on pit road now. And I'm not sure who the lucky dog goes to in that situation, by the way. I don't know if anybody actually gets it. Here we go. Everybody looks like they got their box definitely better that time. Didn't see anybody go through it from the live timing screen that I have. And race off pit road. It'll be close, but Wade Hostad gonna win it. Battle for third was close, as it says Alex Huffman got it. Not quite sure, is that right? That's a close one, but it looks like Alex was able to get it just by nose. So that worked out for Alex, though, with them 2 tires. Kind of surprising. We'll take a break. We'll be right back, right here from Rockingham. back here once again. Sim Racers Club of America. Caution number 3 out on the track after it was Spencer Madden made some little bit of contact. We'll call a little bit more than the contact. With John Houston, I believe is who it was. I believe it was. Anywho, green flag about to come back out. Wade Hustad has been the leader of 49 out of 60. We'll go ahead and call it 64 laps. We'll say 50 laps led out of 64 because he's about to lead this lap. Robbiotti, though, them two was going at it pretty good earlier. Let's see what happens here. Green flag back out. And the 3 of Alex Huffman with another good start. And what a block there by that number 9 truck. We'll see what happens here as Alex Huffman's going to push Robbie into that corner. And Wade is going to say goodbye. Here once again, you can look back and see the trucks behind him. Getting single file all the way back through the field. This 18 of Wade Hostad coming here. I believe this is only his first race in this season. Has led 51 laps. What a great way to come in here and make a name for starting out. Dustin Schwingle in 8th place. Trying to work his way up behind Landon Deerhold. Remember, we've seen a lot of these guys work around each other the entire run last time by. Sterling Smith working on the back of 3 of Alex Huffman. Here he comes with a big run off turn number 2. Sterling Smith, points leader. This is a big pass if he's able to get around him. Remember, as I mentioned, Alex Huffman coming here 3rd in points. He was 16 points behind the leader, Sterling Smith, who is only 2 points in front of Dustin Schwingle, who is back a little bit in this race. He's not up there. Back in 8th place at the moment. Christopher Moody, Brandon Young caught on the outside. Contact. This is going to send Landon to the inside wall. Back up across the track. We'll see what happens. Caution flag going to come back out. Here as the rest of these trucks are going to try to avoid him. We had another incident right here. John Houston tried to avoid this and killed, I believe, the inside wall. Oh, hard contact there. So we will take our final break of the night. Guys, I got to use the bathroom, sorry. And we'll be right back right after this. Back here once again for the SRCA Super Truck Challenge. About to go back green flag here very shortly. 21 laps will remain, as it is the driver of the 47, Dustin Schwingle, who, from what I see, actually had problems on pit road. But we'll see how this plays out for him in the number 47. Wade Hustad, who's been leading most of this race, going to be starting on the outside. With Robbie Audi and Alex Huffman in 4th and 5th place. Is going to go to Sterling Smith. Pace car about to drop down. Here as we work through turns 3 and 4. Pace car drops in. Dustin Swingle going to go green flag here once again. 21 laps remain. And he's going to bring that number 9 right there with him. We'll see if he's able to hold back this 18. As they say, side by side. Through turns number 2 and 3. And there you go. 9 really going to push up. Now we got the 18 stuck on the outside. He's going to get past now, but possibly by 17 is Sterling Smith. This may bring along Alex Huffman. This may be ugly. Across the stripe, Robbie not going to be able to lead this lap, and big wreck about to happen. There ain't no way this is going to stay green. And this is going to space everyone back out. And we stay green with Robbie able to get away. This may be the break that everybody needs. Not sure what exactly happened here. We're still green for the moment. As we look at this replay, back to everybody up. Don't know how a caution did not come out. Even Robbie was able to get it. A 3 made contact. And Lewis was able to drive right through all this. And the worst one of all that was our main leader of the night. The 18, Wade Hostad, who is right here now. He is showing 2 seconds. No, it's more than that. Yeah, I believe it was 2.4 seconds behind our leader with only 17 laps to go. And Christopher Lewis, maybe the biggest winner out of all these guys, that was able to come through that unscathed, as Brandon Young going to spin and caution flag going to come out. Up into the wall, and the 18 made contact, and around he went. Brandon Young hard into the wall. And once again, a caution flag flies here for the 5th time here at Rockingham. Christopher Lewis going to stay out on track. Interesting. I expect to see a lot of 2-tire stops done here, to be honest. With 16 laps to go, Christopher Lewis trying to steal one. Sterling Smith also staying out. And 47, Dustin Schwingle. A second time I think he's missed his pit box tonight. Down and away, Alex Huffman going to go. Next out will be the 9 car, Robbie Audi, and then waiting to see when Wade Hostad will be able to go. He's going to get some damage repaired here. It is the 84, it is the 54, Brandon Young. While Wade, Dustin Swingle, and Demarius Hickenbottom, who should be rolling out here shortly. There they come. There goes the 47 and the 09, and the Wade sitting there on pit road when he gets some damage repaired for them. So it comes down to Christopher Lewis, a driver that, let's be honest, nobody really expected to be up here at Rockingham, but he was able to keep that truck clean. His truck actually don't look that bad from what I'm seeing. He comes in here tonight. with 4 starts, 1 top 5, however, so he's not, unknown or anything like that. Does have a top 10 as well, but he sent back 13th in points, and that's where the thing comes now. For what I'm seeing, he is going to jump a couple people here no matter what happens, and possibly, maybe, just maybe jump into the top 10 in points. That'd be pretty big. And if he's able to walk out of here with a win, that'd be huge for the driver of that 95 truck. Where was his highest finish at? Let me see if I can find that out. 5th place at Atlanta. That was a couple weeks ago. He started in 12th. Pretty much he don't really qualify, so he's kind of like me. He just don't qualify. It's just, something I like doing as well. Does have 226 laps completed. Incident rating not too high. Definitely could be a little bit lower. He didn't have the greatest Daytona race. But other than that, it hasn't been that bad. So we'll see how it plays out here for Christopher Lewis and Sterling Smith. Here we go. Pace car about to drop in. Gotta watch for wheel spin. That is one of the biggest issues you tend to have on longer tires. So green flag is back out. Christopher Lewis with a good start. We'll see. Didn't lay back a hair. Didn't hurt him, I don't think. See if he's able to hold back a 17, a 3, and a 9. Turn number 2. Contact between Robbie Yotti and Alex Huffman. One thing to keep in mind, cautions could be Christopher Lewis's friend here. If he's able to keep this Sterling Smith truck off of him. Remember, Sterling Smith's your championship leader. He's going to have a run coming out of turn 4. Put the bump on the 95. Really hard bump there. Going into turn 1, trying to do a bump and run. And he's able to get up to the back of it. He may give him another one here going into turn 3. Not going to give him a shot this time. Put a lot of pressure right now on the back of this 95. Don't count out Robbie as well. And another bump. Going to send the 95 up the track. Here comes Sterling Smith for the lead. He's going to take it. Robbie Yotti now. Maybe returning the favor. He's going to look to the inside. Not going to happen. He's going to be underneath. Robbie side by side now with Sterling Smith. Smith not going to be able to lead this lap. Robbie going to overdrive the corner just a little bit. This is going to allow the 17 to get back underneath. Christopher Lewis watches on. Right behind him was Dustin Schwingle, Alex Huffman, and Wade Hostad. Remember, Wade led most of this race. Don't know if he's quite out of this thing yet. With 9 laps to go, it's not looking great. Robbie now going to lead this lap once again. That will give him 10 laps led. Not laps led, I apologize. I don't know if we're going to finish this one under green. The way these guys are racing, they are all on the back. Christopher Lewis trying to hold back this 47 and 18. And the 3 truck of Huffman. Last time by, Robbie was a little bit faster than the 17 of Sterling Smith. And Dustin Schwingle going to get a little bit of apron. That's going to allow Christopher Lewis to get a little bit of a breather there. Maybe not. Here comes Dustin Schwingle now underneath Christopher Lewis as caution flag. Brandon Young is around again. He's had all kinds of trouble tonight. 54. There was something else that happened here. Oh, man, the Demetrius Hickenbottom was there. Into the wall, and... oh. Just couldn't get down in time. So interesting, what do you do We're going to have a green-white checker. Speaking of which, I heard that might be coming to iRacing. The 9 looking to pit. You got to do whatever the opposite leader does. Oh man, you had to hit pit road there. Yeah, Alex Huffman and the 18 like the strategy to come down pit road to take them tires. I really like that. They're in the back of the field. It's not going to hurt nothing whatsoever. So we'll see how this plays out. We'll step aside for our final commercial.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $100,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing. The Porsche Esport Supercar. Between April and September, 40 drivers will compete for over $100,000 in cash and prizes. Expect to see tight, close-quarter racing with some of the world's best sim racers all battling for pride, prizes, and of course, the chance to be crowned the inaugural Porsche Esports Super Cup champion.
I'm not sure how this is all going to work out with Wade Hostad and Alex Huffman, but welcome back to the Super Truck Challenge SRCA from Rockingham as we are finishing working lap number 6 with 4 laps to go. We're going to have a 3-lap shootout, but the rest of these guys have, we'll start from the top. Robbie has 12 laps, Sterling Smith 20 laps, he stayed out. Dustin Schwingle has 12 on his tires. Then we got Doug Carlson with 11. We haven't spoke about in the 86. And then we got Wade Hostad and Alex Huffman. Fresh tires on that truck. A little bit of damage on the 18. None on the 3, I don't think. Maybe a little bit here and there. But we'll see how this all plays out. I'm not quite convinced we're done seeing a wreck. Or maybe a new leader. I don't know. Robbie's going to be tough to pass with his restart. But we'll see how it plays out here for these guys. About to get crazy. Pace car is going to drop down. And green flag back out in the air. 95, Christopher Lewis going to have a run here on the inside of Sterling Smith. Remember, Smith gave that 95 a shot earlier. We'll see. A little bit looking back. Wade Hostad already. There goes the 3 around. This may be the end of the race. As not sure what happened there. We stayed green, and we will stay green. Real fast look. It looks like the 86 gets into the wall. Comes down to Alex Huffman. We'll go back up towards the front. Christopher Lewis. I'm sorry, Dustin Schwingle going to get sent up. Or going to send Sterling Smith up the track. That's going to allow Wade Hostad to get around the 3rd. Remember, 4 fresh tires on that 18 truck. Christopher Lewis trying to hold on to 2nd. Going to have his hands full. Put a little bit of a block on there. White flag going to be out. Robbie trying to get this win. And the 18 pushed a little bit too hard. Christopher Lewis trying to get 2nd. Robbie Otti going to come through turn number 3 and 4. He's going to see the checker flag flying. And he's going to walk out of here with Rockingham with a big win. for the SRCA Super Truck Challenge. Christopher Lewis going to finish in second. And across the finish line, it was Dustin Schwingle and Wade and Hostad and a little bit, maybe going on here. Nope, he's going to sit here and he's going to burn it down. We're going to talk to Robbie right here. Just a second. There's the winner. Better look at him. Move him up. We'll move him up here in just a second. He's going to go to the front stretch and burn it down. Ty racing on the front of that. What a race for him, man. I don't think anybody really expected him to win this race. Started back in 12th. And always great to watch Robbie race. He's a great driver, so very clean driver. As you see him doing some donuts. Hey, Robbie, got a copy.
Yeah, I got you.
Wasn't an easy win at all, man. One of the toughest races we've seen you able to win. One of the toughest races we've seen all year. For you especially, started back in 12th, was able to drive through all this chaos and able to walk out of here with the win. Decided to stay out of that last caution, but it worked out for you really nice.
Yeah, I definitely did. My teammate Wade, Houston's dad, whatever. He was definitely the fastest car here today. I just didn't have anything for him. This is a very new track for me. It's the first time I ever actually run the truck here. So I'll take the win. I'm looking forward to next week.
Yeah, next week we head to Richmond, and of course the Cup cars go to Pocono. But Richmond for these guys, different type of track, still a short track. I guess we can go ahead and call this a short track as well. But how do you feel about heading to Richmond? Probably a little bit better than what you did tonight.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have a lot of track time at Richmond. I've only raced the NIS race there, so it should be interesting to see how I do. But just happy for TI racing. We got 1, 2, 3, 4. We led a lot of laps, so I'm just really excited. And hopefully we can go win it next week.
Well, 18 laps left, man, but you led the main one. That was the final one. Any other shout-outs you want to give out for tonight?
Yeah, I just got to thank Chris Lewis for Wade Houston, John Houston, all those guys, TI Racing, Landon, Dustin, Marius. Got to thank Sawhorse for sponsoring this car. We finally got them in victory lane. Yeah.
Good job, man. It was fun watching you tonight.
Thanks. Have a good one, buddy.
Thanks a lot, buddy. Next up, we'll bring in second place, Christopher Lewis, who picks up a big second place tonight. Hey, Chris, you got a copy? Christopher Lewis, you got a copy? We'll try to get him in here in just a second. I don't think I can hear him. We'll try to get him in here in just a second. I'll put him down there. We'll bring him back up here in a minute. We'll get Dustin real fast, Dustin Swingle, who finished in third place tonight. Hey, Dustin, you got a copy?
Yeah, Adam, I got you.
Man, second. You started second, finished third tonight. Not too bad of a run. You came in here not quite the points leader, but possibly picked up a couple points, maybe even took the lead, points lead here. And we know points are always important, especially without a chase. Are you overall happy with the win, or finishing third?
Yeah, I think overall I'm happy with it. Was running up there in the top 3 for the first part of the race, and then just kind of fell back in the mid part and somehow worked my way back up there in the top 5 at the very end. So it was a very up and down night.
Yeah, I mentioned that, there is no chase in the truck series, and you have to be thinking about points pretty much all season long. Did that cross your mind here tonight, or, is that something you're going to look at for later on down the road?
No, I'm not thinking about it during the race too much, maybe throughout the week a little bit, but just trying to secure top 5s and click that off every week, and I think if I can do that, the points will play out how they will.
Yeah, this is your 4th top 5 out of 5 races. Definitely a good thing to have. Next week, Richmond Motor Speedway, or Richmond International Raceway. Just a short track coming. I guess we can go ahead and call this a short track as well. How do you feel about heading to Richmond, especially in these trucks?
Pretty excited for Richmond, I guess. Wasn't quite sure what Rockingham would bring, but Richmond will bring a familiar track, and I feel like that will probably suit my driving style a bit better than here.
Well, one other question I got. We got the schedule from what I'm seeing. It's Richmond, Sonoma, Canadian Tire. them 3 races have to, it could go either way. How do you feel about the upcoming 3 races? I did mention Richmond, but how do you feel about Sonoma and Canadian Tire the 2 weeks after that?
Oh boy, I guess I haven't looked at the schedule enough. Those are a couple road courses. So yeah, I guess we'll just have to see. I'll have to log some laps and see how those go. I ran at the Roval not too long ago and did all right there.
Right.
But boy, there's some people that really excel at those road courses. So we'll just have to see what the field is like.
Yeah, Sonoma's going to be interesting in the trucks. I'm anxious to see that myself. But, man, congratulations tonight, 3rd place. Any shout-outs you want to give?
Yeah, a few shout-outs. So for SRCA for hosting the race, ESPN for broadcasting, bring it to all the viewers. Got to thank all my teammates at TI Racing. I think we had a 1, 2, 3, 4 finish tonight. And then big thanks to Catawba Brewing and their flavor White Zombie. You see it on my truck tonight. So if you're in the North Carolina, go ahead and check them out. Find a tap room in Morganton, Asheville, Charlotte. Otherwise, if you're not from that area, go ahead and check them out online, see what they're all about.
Yeah, for people watching, I know a lot of people will be going to Charlotte for the NASCAR All-Star race, so check that out. So, yeah, Dustin, good to talk to you, man. We'll probably see you again on Monday.
All right, sounds
Thanks
good.
a lot,
Take
buddy.
care.
We will move him back down if I can find what room he was in. Move him right there. Not sure if we're going to be able to get 3rd place Dustin Swing or Christopher Lewis. Not seeing him in here, but all in all, guys, the race was good tonight. We did have anxious moments at times. I hope everybody enjoyed it though. I thought it was fun. Rockingham always a different type of race. So that's going to do it for us here tonight, guys. We'll be back again tomorrow night for NASCAR. Or hopefully I should be, if everything goes well. But then we'll be back again with these guys on Monday for the Cup, the Lightning Cup Championship or Lightning Cup Series. So everybody have a great night. You all take care. God bless.